Matter movement, tweeted his remarks on Monday. He noted that historians believe Jesus likely had the appearance of people who typically lived in the Middle East during his time, rather than the white man who is often depicted in Christian iconography. Yes, I think the statues of the white European they claim as Jesus should also come down, King tweeted. They are a form of white supremacy. Always have been. In the Bible, when the family of Jesus wanted to hide and blend in, guess where they went? Egypt. Not Denmark, he added. Tear them down. The comments quickly drew condemnation from some on the platform, including several prominent conservative figures. King clarified that he was only advocating that statues of a white Jesus be torn down in response to a tweet from the account of PragerU, a nonprofit co-founded by conservative talk show host Dennis Prager. He also remarked that stained glass windows and other images of a white Jesus, his white mother and their white friends should all be destroyed, insisting they are racist propaganda and a gross form of white supremacy. King shared an image of a darker-skinned Jesus that appeared in a 2002 Popular Mechanics article, which scholars believe may be more accurate than those showing Jesus as a European. He commented that the image would have been intolerable for white Americans who participated in slavery. A tweet by Jenna Ellis, a lawyer representing President Donald Trump, warned that she would not break if they try to cancel Christianity, although it's unclear if it was in direct response to King's tweet. Regardless, King responded that the lawyer was actually defending her as her whiteness. Christian whiteness needs white Jesus, King tweeted to Ellis. It's not about generosity or kindness. It's not about protecting the vulnerable. It's about whiteness itself. Attack white Jesus to her, and you attack her faith. Statues have been torn down and destroyed amid ongoing protests against racial injustice and police brutality that have swept the nation since the death of George Floyd, an unarmed black man who died after his neck was knelt on by a white police officer for nearly 9 minutes on May 25 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Although statues and monuments paying tribute to the Confederacy have been primarily targeted, statues of other figures from early American history have also been taken down. Newsweek reached out to King's representative for additional comment. This article will be updated with any response. Correction 6/23, 2:29 a.m. This article's headline originally referred to King as a Black Lives Matter leader. King is not officially involved with Black Lives Matter.
Leopold kill from queer from rubber. And a lot of people don't know the main ingredients in your cell phone. The main ingredients in your laptop, computer, comes from the Congo. Coltan them call it. That is a mineral coming from the Congo. But symbolism in what we call allegories. Allegory is like by the writer. So the writer know what he's saying, but he use symbols to represent the truth of the story, which is very important to the argument that I'm trying to project. We see them move the Confederate, I'm trying to move all the Confederate representations in America. And if you know who the Confederates were, they were fighting from the South, fighting, it's white people that fight white people. White people fighting white people over land that is not theirs. Can you believe that? The Confederates was a group of white people trying to control America before it was the United States of America. And what happened, they have some people that they believe represents white supremacy, including certain presidents. Because most of these presidents who people now uphold had slaves. They had slaves. So now we see that they're moving some of the statues them in America. And this fire that is being lit all over the place represents a turning point in how history has been told to African people and who tell the story. Because a lot of the stories that we are told was not written by us. It was written by Europeans through their own eye and through their own spectacle. And we were never taught in school certain history about ourselves. What we learned in school was how white people want the world to see them and how the white people want to use their spectacle as the lens to work to the world and world history. So the Governor General is under scrutiny now in Jamaica. We have always been talking about removing the Governor General because that is a symbol. The Governor General is a symbol of a history that is not lovely because the Governor General represents the crown of England that has perpetuated the biggest atrocity against African people in this part of the world. And even though they claim that we are independent, we still hold on to certain symbols. Now, why I say the Governor General is under fire? Because there is a insignia. You know, sometimes you look on a man's chest and you see him have a whole heap of things. Either button or emblem with all sort of things on him. Near him regala, him have the regala across him from right to left. You see the regala upon him right shoulder and it over there so, upon him waist there so, and then upon him chest, I'm heart. You see him have a whole heap of things. Well, it has been not discovered because it was there all the while, it's just that we never see it. That one of the emblems, one of the insignia on the Governor General's clothes when he is in his regalas and all this thing is a symbol of Saint Michael with his feet. Because we're just coming out of foot now and neck, you know. And this is just weird that this should have come up now, but everything is working according to how things are supposed to work. This insignia of Michael the Archangel, obviously is a white angel, with him foot in the neck of a black, I will call it angel because I have a wing too, but obviously it's an evil angel, it's the devil. And Michael have him foot in the black person or the black angel neck. That is a symbol of white supremacy at its highest level. Because these symbols have always represented what white people say in a freedom understanding of how the world is and how other people is. We're going to come back to it.
We are the ones, we are the ones, we've been waiting.
Yeah, so we're talking about symbols and how symbols relate to people and why people put symbol where they put it. You know, if you go to Europe, almost every crevice and corner have a statue or an emblem or even a stone that represent something of the past in the history of the people them who put it there. Now, we come to this juncture here now and we are said to the Governor General because we're not attacking the person. We're not attacking the person. We're attacking the Governor General because there have been many Governor Generals. Many Governor General. And we know that this Governor General is not the first Governor General to wear that insignia. Now that we have come to the realization that this is a part of Britain's symbol of power over black people, given that the picture that we're looking at is a white man standing in the neck of a black man who who lay down on the ground like George Floyd. We don't want the Governor General, this government can tell you now, say we have to wait at his pleasure. Because that is how the material say, well, he will look into it. I don't know what is there to look into. I don't know why I guess I have to go contact in bigger bars them in England and say, boy, Queenie, the nigga them don't find out. The nigga them don't find out something, we have to go figure out what we're going to do about it. It cannot be that in England, them pulling down all these statues representing white supremacy. A lot of the universities is now apologizing for their part that they have played in slavery. The University of Glasgow decided that they are going to compensate or what we call give reparation to the University of the West Indies for the part they played. I think them say £20 million or something like that. It cannot be that you have some people out there now, some niggas going to say, they know that they did it all the while, never do none, so why don't do something now? Okay. Where you don't know will hurt you. Where you don't know, don't tell me about where you don't know not hurt you. Where you don't know will hurt you. And we are saying, the more symbols like these that we see, is the more we must attack the symbols. Because it represents a certain thinking and a certain train of thought. That an angel is white, and the worst part, the devil is black. And the angel have him foot in the devil, the black man neck, like George Floyd. So we are saying, we don't want the Governor General, after it bring to my attention now, come tell we say, him going to look into it. Well, we are saying, we'll look into it because we know how it feel. Because him going to never even know say that, because him just like a puppet to the colonial masters them in England. Them just give it for we as part of him power. That is what it is. These insignias is part of your power. Yeah, man, when a man give you an insignia, you know, you have about 5, 6 insignias, it's part of power. You feel like, yes, you're somebody. You have on all these things. You represent the queen and whosoever. It's like a sergeant major. You know, so he's a sergeant major, so you move up. So you have something that represents the sergeant major, which is an insignia. You understand? So here we are saying now. We catch them. We find out. We find out and we are trying to shed our past colonial history. And part of the colonial history is the Governor General. We were called for the removal of the Governor General. Remember, Portia did say she had the Queen of Jamaica. Portia said she had the Queen of Jamaica. And she was going to move the Governor General. And here with them I tell them, I said, boy, it will cost too much. And this, it's not costing nothing. It's not costing nothing. Because see, I couldn't put Buster statue and Manly statue downtown there. And them have Queen Victoria statue. Queen Victoria statue there is a long time. They must move the name of Victoria Pier. A long time we are called that. Move the name. Because Marcus Garvey is the most popular man come through that pier. When them deport him and bring him forward to Jamaica, it's through that pier come Victoria Pier. A whole heap of people don't know, so Victoria Pier was named after Queen Victoria. That same woman who sent a whole heap of ship to Africa to go get African people and turn them in a slave. All the name them for the who asked a youth to go to school, St. Mary parish name after, Portland, St. Elizabeth, St. Anne. Trelawney is people who did live names so. But white people, in order to have a continuity in them lie and them supremacy over people, when them colonize people, them put the name. Where do you think New York come from? New York is just a York in England. It's just a York. And most of the places them where you see in America was named by the British, who got wickedly thief the native into America and them land. You don't have no name of no American. And when I say American, I mean Native American, big. Manhattan is an island. And it was sold for $25. One of the biggest real estate scam ever. $25. And we are saying symbols represent a people. Symbols represent history. Symbols don't teach about history. But it helps you to know that there are certain things that happen in history that you can claim as something. Claim it. And we are saying, we find out. We find out that there's a symbol that represents our colonial past that we don't need to have a governor general and all the mascot things them when we upon him chest that represent Queen Elizabeth the First, Victoria, all of the Queen them, King James. So, you're the biggest part right now. You're the biggest part right now, which is that now why aggravate some niggers. And we are saying niggers and bossy slave because that is what they are. Hear it now. One of the greatest symbols that represent white supremacy. For how much years now? I can't have a count. One of the greatest symbols that represent white supremacy and have the biggest grip over the minds of black people is the white Jesus. The white Jesus. Put away the statue of Victoria. Put away the statue of Cecil Rhodes. I will soon come to the Cecil Rhodes argument, but put away the statue of Cecil Rhodes. Put away any statue. The statue of Jesus is the most. That statue represents the heights of white supremacy in the minds of black people. So when I take them down, now that we are tiptoe and I come to a realization. We are tiptoe. You know, I mean, the slave mill a turn, but it's still a turn still. Now that we realize it, because I feel vindicated, I feel vindicated, you know. I tell you, I feel vindicated, you know why? Because all the way we are going right now, Rasta, did I tell you about it? And I'm going to keep saying it. All of the things them, where you say I happen to now. Rasta come up with this thing and say, look here, you know, if you eat good food. You know, if you eat good food. You know, if you really deal with health. You know, if you deal with natural things. Now we are talking about black consciousness and what white supremacy has done to us. White supremacy, the leader of white supremacy, is not an individual person that is sitting on the earth today, but it's a symbol that has been planted anywhere you go. That the white man, they will have to tell you, must put up that picture. You voluntarily go buy a picture in the blood of the lamb, wash yourself in that blood, and every time you close your eyes, how much time we say that in the past 30 years? I can't recall the time. Every time you close your eye, no care how conscious you is, no care how black you is, no care how whatever you is, and you pray to Jesus, is a white man in your head. And then you have some Christians that say, well, the color don't matter. If the color don't matter, how is it that him always white? The people them who it a talk about, the color of those people is not the color of where you have by your picture, by your thing. That man look like a hippie coming from the 60s. Like a hippie where him no start take drugs yet. From California in a Berkeley and them place there. Black people, you know, we do an experiment. We do an experiment one time, you know. We go, I think it's a school in Germany, you know. A school in Germany. We go to a school in Germany and we talk to some youth. I would tell them, say, must draw a picture of Jesus. And all of them draw somebody will look like them, or will look like the picture where me know represent Jesus. We go to school in a, what a school the name again? A Magatia, what are them school? In a St. Up another hill there, anyway. And we ask you them the same thing. And the same picture where the German youth them draw is the same picture. And these youth, it's not, them not exposed to all like Kingston and foreign, you know. Them not exposed to foreign, them not exposed to Kingston. And some country youth in a high school that draw a picture of Jesus. And it's the same picture where the youth them in a Germany draw as Jesus. That is how deep the thing is. Because there's no youth in a Jamaica, in a private school or primary school. If you put up two pictures over there so and say, which one of them look more like Jesus? If you could have drawn a black man a little more, if not going to look on it. That is how deep the thing is. So, may I ask now, I may ask even the people when we are talking about black life, this and black life, that and yeah, them find a newfound love now, them blackness. Yeah, everybody, them matter about the American, them know why listen to me. Are you ready to take down the white Jesus? That is what I ask. Are you ready to take down the white Jesus off of the wall and throw it in some fire? Just build up a big fire in front of the White House and throw all of them pictures there in the fire and forget about it, because image matters. Image. And image is very important to the scheme of things. We have to know that. We have to know say, how image reflect on people. That's why I don't give credence when a man tell me say God make man in his own image. I ask the question, so what image he make the cow in now? Or the goat? Or the pig? What was he looking at to make the goat? What was he looking at to make the cow? These are those things that people come up with to perpetuate a certain thinking like that you can't find the truth for yourself. You can't find the truth for yourself continuously when you follow these little things and start to use their understanding, their logic to define yourself. That is what you're doing. Because if you come up with something, I'm going to say, where you get that from? And they say, no, yeah, but from myself, me get it, myself. And I'm going to tell you, say, but that no fat, that no fit the logic. Who for logics it don't fit? Who fit? Whose logics it fit? When I tell you, say, Emperor Selassie is the Almighty, and you say, no. What you say no based up half? You say no based up half of the logic that was put in your head to say this is impossible, this is ridiculous. Rastaman, you're idiot. Mutabaruka, I think it have more sense than that. But whose logic is who giving you that logic? You know how much millions are God in India? Millions. The population of India must be about 1 billion people. A man over here, so your neighbor will do worship the same God, and the next worship the same God. But in the Western world, we define everything through the eyes of white people. White people. But here we are saying now. Every day you carry a bucket well, one day the bucket bottom must drop out. Today for you, tomorrow for me. And all you see the madness and stupidity of black people are going like them an idiot. It must change. Must change. It's not a bus of favor, you know. It must change. There's so much picture me see now, how much video people send me and show me how white people are cuss white people. And I said this and I said that. It's like them never know say to go on. Them say, wait. Then you feel say, we just said that say, well, I say all the while for years. You see, says true, we're vindictive. Black people not looking for kill white people, you know. Black people, as a matter of fact, black people just want to have justice and peace in them community and them neighborhood without fear or favor. They want to move. But we know and we understand, according to what John Henry Clark said, powerful people will never educate powerless people in what it means to take the power away from them. Because the aim of powerful people is to stay powerful by any means necessary. And we see some bossy slave, jacket and tie niggas around the place. And no care where you see a go on. Them still have a whole lamp where them a whole lamp on. Because it is so ingrained and embedded in them. Me I tell you. But you are, it never goes so all a while. You push a dog around for so long. One day that dog going to turn and bite you. And we look like say it's biting time, you know. Really and truly. Biting time. Because one little incident is like a ripple. You ever throw a stone per water tap yet? When you're a picnic, you stand up on the seashore and you turn sideways and skim the stone on the top of the water. And you just make some circle, go. So I saw it go. This is the cutting edge and I refer you there with you.
We are the ones we've been waiting. We are the ones. We are